Hi, welcome to Ranging Country. I'm Lawrence. It's just me today, and I'm here to bring you honest reviews of air guns and shooting equipment. So today with me, we're going to be looking at the Vixen, made by AGT, Airgun Technologies. They are a Czech-made company, one of the newer kids on the block. They've still been around for quite a few years, and they certainly have their pedigree as well. So yes, I'm going to be talking through all the features, what it comes with, and we're going to be shooting it in a little while. So let's get into it, and I'll tell you all about what it comes with. Okay, so the Vixen then. What features does it come with? Now, you'll notice by its proportions and its sizing and, well, the side lever being on this side, it's more akin to a pistol with a bottle stuck on the end than it is a traditional rifle. We have got this short little action, which is roughly to here. We've got the nice carbon fibre bottle on the end, and then we've got the barrel with a big old shroud on it at the front. It's quite akin to the Kral MPO2. Obviously, it's a little bit more money. It's a better quality rifle, but it's the same sort of design, same sort of ethos. So this is it's not the 480cc carbon bottle that you get on something like a Daystate Wolverine or an FX Impact. It's one of the smaller ones. I don't know the capacity on it, but it will get you about 250 fills out of either the short version of this rifle or the long one. You've got a gauge on the top at the back of the, in front of the cylinder there, at the back of the rifle. That's there. A little manometer. Very easy to see, obviously, when it's in your shoulder. This one, at least, is currently pointing down the rifle. So I can read it from here. I'm going to tilt my head or I'll tilt the gun or anything like that. So we've got a nice, easy to read gauge at the back there. Now the side lever is on the wrong side. It's on the left-hand side. Those astute viewers of the channel, been with us a long time, will know that Peter and I have a bit of a running joke about which side the bolt or the side lever should be on. So anyway, it's on the wrong side. But with it being sort of pistol designed, I kind of see where they're coming from. I kind of get it. Just in front of the bolt, we've got a easy to see, easy to use push button safety. So obviously, right-handed person, you would flick that off with your trigger finger, and then use your other hand to put it on. Moving forward, up top, obviously we've got this MTC Viper Pro mounted onto here, but we've got a top Weaver Picatinny rail. So you can have any sort of night vision as well. That'll go straight on. Quite a lovely little tactical rail for that. Kind of makes sense with the kind of style of rifle that we've got here. Now, we've got in the magazine well here. I don't know the capacity, so I will not count that now because that would be boring to watch, but I'll count that ready for the handling section. Moving forward, we've got two accessory rails underneath. I'll spin them over for the camera. We've got two accessory rails underneath. You could have a bipod on your front one and a sling on your rear rail, something like that. Always nice to have options. You have also got the M-lock rail at the front, so any sort of connections for that will fit on as well. Slight downside, slight observation with the rifle. It's not threaded as factory. As how you get this here, you can't stick a silencer on the end. What you can do is, this is a massive shroud. This will unscrew. I think it looks quite nice as it is, so I maybe wouldn't. Does make it quite quiet, but if you wanted to put one on yourself, you could unscrew that, and I believe there's an adapter that you can get to be able to put a standard mod on from there. So we get two magazines. Again, I'll count the shot capacity in a sec. And you also get, strangely, AGT, I think, the only people that do this. Rather than just giving you the fill probe that you would need to fill it, they also give you a whole whip with a DIN fitting on the end, so DIN. That's what goes onto your your cylinder. So that is a 300 bar DIN fitting for a cylinder. You've also got a bleed off valve on the top for it as well. So if you haven't got a bleed off valve on your cylinder, that'll go straight on, and that gives you that. It's quite clever when you think about it, actually, because there can be a bit of faff if you're not sure what connections you need, or if you've already got another rifle. Whereas this, you just unscrew the whole the whole hose and screw this on. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just unscrew the probe out of it and use the probe as you normally would. So that's quite handy. It's quite clever. I've not seen that before. You also get a bag with it. It's a sort of soft case. Quite handy. Secures the rifle in. Quite nice. Quite quality. One gripe that I have heard is the handles are both too long and too short. So it's got two top handles. I wonder if I can get a still. It's a standard bag with handles on the top. The problem is they're so long that when even a tall person carries it by his side, it can rub along the ground. Equally, it's not long enough that you can put it on your shoulder. So that's a little bit of a gripe, I would say, that I've had pointed out to me, sort of thing. In terms of anything else, I think that's about it. I think we'll run into handling. And as I say, I'm going to count this in the interim and give you a shot count. Bear with me. Okay, so before we get onto handling, there are two 16-round magazines. Counted them myself. And in the 2.2, they're going to be probably 14 shot. So, handling-wise, boring stuff, numbers. Length-wise, the standard one, which is what this is, they come in two lengths. This is the shorter one. This is 770 millimeters in total. The longer one is about 920, so somewhere around there. Weight-wise, this one is 2.1 kilos, and the full-length one is 2.3. As I say, you get about 250 shots out of each fill. That's from experience. I don't think AGT have supplied a expected shot count out of this in a standard power anyway. Speaking of power, this particular one's doing 11.6 foot-pounds, and that's at 740 feet per second using QAS streamlined heavies, which is what I'm going to be zeroing and shooting with in a little while. I know a lot of people have been asking about the powers, why we don't necessarily always say what power the rifle that we're testing is doing. That's because they're all different. They all vary. I can pick another Vixen off of the shelf and it could be doing 11.3. If this one's doing 11.6, I could get one at 11.8. They're all going to be a roughly 11.5. Something quality of this, they're all going to be about 11.5. So that's why we don't say. Now, I did also forget to mention, that's me not reading my notes properly. The rifle is out of the factory, left-handed. The bolt is on the left-hand side. But on these, very clever, what you can do is change it over to the right. So if, like me, you're a right-handed person, you can change it over to the right. Again, that comes back to the me versus Peter thing, who wants it on the left or the right. So yes, that's very, very cool. Now, in terms of subjective handling, as I commented that it's akin to the Kral MPO2, but compared to that, this is worlds apart. I mean, it's going to be, it's 4 times the cost. It's worlds apart. The carbon fibre bottle is very, very sleek. It's quite small. What that means is it sits well in the shoulder. While you can feel that there's something there, it's not big, it's not long, and it's not heavy. It's not bringing the rifle down. It's perfectly weighted, even with the scope on. and with only being just over 2 kilos, it's not heavy at all. You could very comfortably use this for hunting. You could be walking around ratting with it, whatever you wanted to do. And I'm sure it's going to be accurate enough, you could probably take it target shooting as well. One other thing that I'd like to mention is new rifles seem to be coming out with a higher and higher fill pressure every single week. These are, along with the Air Max, so both of the Czech-made rifles, a lot of the Eastern European-made rifles that I know of, are filled to 300 bar, which means you can hook them up to your cylinder and turn it on until you can, and give it all that the cylinder's got. Which, if the shot count is spec'd from 300 bar, that means you're never actually going to be seeing that level of shots. Reason for that is, obviously, when you get your cylinder filled, it's filled to 300 bar, and it might cool down to 280. By the time you've put that up to the rifle, you're only going to get 275 in the rifle. Suddenly you're 25 bar down from your 300 bar fill pressure. That might be 25, 40 shots. So it's a little bit of a white lie saying that it's that. But if you use a compressor of your own, then you'll be able to fill it up all the way up to that pressure. Okay, so in terms of handling, looks good, feels good, it's well equipped. Let's see how well it shoots. So here we are with the AGT Vixen. I've got my QAS Streamlined Heavies, trusty QAS Streamlined Heavies, and we're going to give it a go. See what she shoots like. My excuses for the day are going to be, I had to set all the cameras up so my heart rate's a bit high. That's what it's going to be. It hasn't been half an hour or so since I set the cameras up, but that's what my excuse is going to be. Doesn't look like I need an excuse today. We'll have one more. I think that'll be 6. Fair enough. I was going to say the fabled one more and then your group goes all to pot. But no, that was pretty damn good, I reckon. Okay, let me close the door and keep the heat in, and I'll be back with you for a quick conclusion. So in summary then, it's accurate, it's lightweight, it feels good in the shoulder, it's got a big shot count, and it comes with 2 big magazines. I think that makes up a very, very good rifle. It certainly feels very, very quality. Everything works, everything gives you a nice clunk as you cock it. Gives you a lot of confidence in it, and as we've just seen, it's very, very accurate. The fact that there's no 1/2" UNF thread on it is a little bit of a shame, but I think they've done it well. The shroud looks nice and it feels nice in the grip. Gives you a nice chunky foregrip there, and it makes it quite quiet as well. So yes, altogether, they're a brilliant rifle. They've been very, very popular since their release, and so they've been out for a year or so now, I think. They've been very, very popular since their release. We've had very, very, very few problems with them, if any. I think the only thing we've had is a couple of these plastic butt plates have had to go back, and that's been it, I think, in the past year or so. So they are quality rifles, come with everything you'd want. I can't say anything more than that. A very glowing review is my summary. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.